Hi, this is Jeffrey Kerr Financial Group. Today is Friday, January 16, 2026. I came across an article in Barron's earlier this week that I thought was pretty interesting, and I wanted to share some thoughts with everyone today. So the title of the article is "The World is a Dumpster Fire. Why Doesn't the Stock Market Care?" And it goes into the various issues that we're dealing with. Venezuela, Greenland, the DOJ's after the Fed, Minneapolis and the rioting and the protests, the possible government shutdown coming later this month. And yet it seems like the stock market is at all-time highs and is just ignoring that. Is it a case of whistling past the graveyard and at some point we got to pay the piper, or does this stuff not really matter? I thought that the article, which quoted an investment professional making a comment that, the traders and investors don't know how to price in geopolitical risk. I thought that was a BS kind of an answer. Yes, it's difficult to quantify geopolitical problems and social division and like that, but it still can be done even on a limited basis via however you manage your risk and like that. So again, I thought it was kind of a bad answer to the question. But I think more importantly, what the article didn't point out was that the economy's doing pretty well. I think number one, for example, I see quotes today that the fourth quarter GDP is going to be north of 5%. That's real good. And also, the first quarter of 2026 is going to be further growth. So those things, might be more focus of the market than the geopolitical. And I think another dynamic that's going on is that the short-term hedging allows traders, investors, and institutions to put on a hedge or readjust according to whatever the headlines are or the developments are real quickly. And that you could materially hedge and lob off risk via these short-term options and some other mechanics and securities in a very quick manner and get yourself balanced and also take into account all the damage that might be out there. So again, an interesting article. I think, again, as I've been saying, that I think the first quarter is going to be pretty good. So far this week, the big cap stocks, the S&P and NASDAQ, have underperformed, and that the Russell 2000's up almost 8%. And I think that may continue. So any questions, give us a call, email, text. Thank you for listening. We will be back on Tuesday. The markets are closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Day, and we'll be back then. Thank you again. Goodbye.